Hey good people, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Goody Be Knowing. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this channel so you can get live updates and alerts when we have new episodes, new content. It's all rolling in. Make sure you are the first one to find out when that happens. Come on and be a part of the family. Go ahead and hit it. It don't take nothing. Hit it. Hey good people, and welcome to another episode of Goody Be Knowing. Just a regular schmegular girl talking her shiz not eat. And if you click the link on here, you know today's episode is going to be a whirlwind. And to catch up my faithful, thank you for sticking through in my tried and true good people. And welcome to my new good people. I mean, what can I say more? Thank you for going ahead and clicking that link and tapping in with your girl. It is so much to update y'all on. There's so much knowledge that I just been knowing throughout the process of the hard-headedness of Goody. And why not come share it with my good people? Like, make sure you tap into that link, like, share, and subscribe. Go and get in the comments, argue, debate with me, ask me questions, all of the things that you may know. If you follow me consistently, all of it is the same. I am your girl Goody, your host and lovely, gracious host, shall I say, to Goody Be Knowing. I am your girl Goody, and today is gonna be a mofo episode. You understand me? I am currently on summer break. I am exploring and enjoying the new person that I am. I have been telling my sister circle that I have been living in a space of deja vu as of recently. We are so synced. You know how most women are like, I'm synced with my period, I'm synced with this, and like, no, we are synced spiritually, we are synced intuitively right now with some of my sisters in my sister group, and it's just been such a magical spiritual moment. A lot has transpired in the last time I talked to y'all, and the power of number 9 is so special. Now, the crazy part of that is I had another episode planned. I was like, oh, I need to bring in more women and I need to da-da-da-da, which is still going to happen. But number 9 originally ended up being a flop. And I think it was because everything spiritually came to one, right? If you do not know, I am a spiritual and life coach. I am spiritually, intuitively inclined, and I got a couple gifts. And in these things, I definitely have learned a lot about myself, who I am, who I'm gonna be, and who I want to be. A lot of transformation in episode 8. Baby, it's just documenting the consistency, and I do definitely apologize for my consistent troopers and my newcomers. Hopefully this meets you in the right space at the right time to give you clarity about whatever it is that you are seeking. And so in the last few months, it definitely since the last time I talked to y'all, since April, can we talk about it? Anyways, in those last few months, I have went through so many transformations, growth, and clarity. And I was talking about it the other day to somebody, and I was like, man, I've been through so much transformation and growth, and like things that I have desired and pushed to be where I'm at right now in this position, in this season. I've been reminded of who I was in different seasons of my life. I have been tested into who am I really in this season, and when I am faced with conflict, whether that's in my friendship group, whether that's in my day-to-day life group, whether that's in my spiritual group. And I never changed up. I've kept it pretty consistent. And then the things in being consistent in other people's lives, you recognize how much you are not being consistent in your own. Which is like that, oh, Disney little, you know what I mean? I'm an Ariel girl. So in that moment of like reaching to knowing your voice, knowing your power, knowing, having that key sound about yourself, it doesn't change whatever environment you are in. And so, as I have been occurring situations since April, I have literally stepped into a space where I'm seeing things in third person. I am literally seeing things outside of the situation. A lot of play black, because in my sports, in my film watching, in my sports reporter mode of watch enough film, learn tendencies, learn behavior, I can see things in such a perspective now. I have definitely missed. This is going to be an intense episode. Might have to do a two-parter. Because, again, there's so much what happens with deja vu. Like, the first thing is you are constantly going to be tested. You're going to, once you start recognizing you are in deja vu, I am not just seeing things in slow motion, but seeing things in a way that this situation is constantly reoccurring. Why is this situation constantly reoccurring? It's because I have not passed the test. I have not been able to get over this particular thing. And God is going to constantly show me how I'm not passing. Okay? First of all, He's also going to constantly bring this situation in different forms, different shapes, different situations to show me that I haven't been able to conquer this situation. And I have been in that. I have been in that. April, May, June, July. So in the last 3 months, in the last 90 days, I work in the 30s, 90s, 30, 60, 90, right? And so in these 90 days, whoo, Goody be knowing, but Goody has been confirmed in my journey, in my purpose, in my passion, in what I intuitively feel. And I created this platform to create dialogue within women and learning that I am a living, everyday proof of the women that I want to be exemplified. I think a lot of the women that you want to be, but also a lot of the humans that we want to be. And I'd never exclude the dialogue without men, which will also be a part of the platform. And so, in this growth space, in this learning space, it has been, to say the least, a battle, to say the least, a whirlwind, to really feel compelled. Like, it's a lot of obstacles that even got me to the point of recording today. And as a strong black woman, you are supposed to be a certain type of way and unaware of the emotions and things that you feel. But as a natural nurturer, as a natural woman, as a natural space with a big heart, you are in tune to yourself more than you know, but also more than other people know. And these last 90 days have been a test, a testimony, confirmation, clarity. It's like I sit up and I watch people and I'm like, man, I got everything. I got the juice, I got the spark, I got the everything possible to be the person that I'm supposed to be. Hence the show name, living it, being it. That imposter syndrome is a hell of a thing. But that also ability to give other things your energy when you know if you gave that energy to yourself, what would be the results? What would be the difference in your own life? And that's constant. Like, I'm banging my head across the wall of let's just go ahead and live this shit out. Because I've given you the vision. I've given you the reincarnation. I've given you the sacrifice. I've given you the ability to see all things, know all things, feel all things, intuitively be protected. But your ass ain't getting it together. You ain't getting it together. And I don't know how many amens I'll have in the comment, but I'm just preaching for myself right now. I constantly can be 1000% for somebody else, for some nigga, excuse my language, for somebody else, for somebody else's vision. I can see that shit clearly. I can see people's potential clearly. But when we talk about getting on here being consistent, when we talk about getting here and putting your work in, when I'm talking about being the drive of independence, it's hard to do. It's hard. And it's like before, maybe I was pretending that shit. Maybe I was convincing myself in Delulu land. Because again, I told you, we ain't just delusional about niggas. We ain't delusional about bitches. We are also delusional about our dreams and who we are and what we see ourselves as. And even being delusional in that space, sometimes the rubber gonna meet the road. Sometimes you gonna have to prove that shit to your delusional self. Cause you fighting back this clarity, you fighting back this understanding, but it's fucking pouring on you, pouring on you, pouring on you, pouring on you. You ain't got no way but to be cleansed. So when you gonna do this shit for yourself? When you gonna buckle up and knuckle down and say, hey, I can do this shit? Whether that's supporting a company and being your best self, whether that's supporting yourself and pouring into your gifts and your dreams and your imagination to where you are your happiest. I always preach and thrive in being in a space where you are your happiest. Or when you can do it for hours and hours and hours and it's thoughtless. Because that's when the world is going to get the best you. That is when the world is going to receive everything that it's supposed to get from your part when you are in your best. And we are so willing and we are so free to give it up to bullshit than give it to things valuable. Things even valuable to us, we'll stand stubborn in. We'll stand bullheaded in. We will stand relentless against things that may really genuinely love us and care for us, but give full throttle to bullshit. Give away that we never even gave to ourselves, which is such a mind fuck. It's such a mind fuck. And so I don't know if that falls in the category of the calm terms, imposter syndrome, or whatever it is, but it's coming. This episode is literally coming because you are going through shit and you are experiencing shit that you have already experienced. You are seeing things and like, why am I constantly in the same situations? Why am I constantly in the mode, in the thought process of this is how it should be? One, because we become comfortable. It doesn't challenge us. When we become challenged, we get into a comfortability of learning how to retreat in a certain way. But when do you get that fire of, I just want the camera roll and let it flip, let it fly, because I'm always giving the game. I'm always being myself. I'm always being Goody. I'm always being Rochelle. I'm always being Keisha. I'm always being Damone. I'm always being Joshua. I'm always being, you know what I mean? I'm always being this person in my core. But how do I exude it? And so many people are fearful of just saying, I don't know even how to be my real self. And the things that irritate me is when I can't be my real self. So I know the feeling. I know the feeling of being comfortable. I know the feeling of being normal. I know the feeling of, I've always said you can't Ayala. You can't Dr. Phil Ayala. My brother came up with that. And I always said I'm the Goody. I'm the swang to the Ayala. When you speak your life into existence, you envision your life into existence, you dream about your life, you hear and feel certain things, you become more aware. This development of this process, I always say, I want to be 30. My mom was lit in her 30s, life was lit in her 30s. I got to grow up in my parents' era of their 30s, 40s. And they shit was lit. They shit was beyond lit. And I always wanted to be in my 30s. Now, seeing the exterior and what the expectation and the glory, yes, which is like all the everybody going up with that Dubai and all that, everybody taking trips and doing all this magical shit. And so you're not understanding like that journey to their 40s. It's just a little later than us. But the one thing in this 30 part where I was like, man, my shit is trials, tribulations, struggles, da-da-da. It's this growth and this epiphany, this development, this maturity, this love for self, this really processing and developing things that allows your generation and the next generation to not have traumas or process their traumas is unreal, is magical, is a space unlike anything. And Mama Mac always gets on me about perspective. Perspective. How do you perceive things? Do you perceive things negative? You don't think negative. You perceive things as good and see the outcome. I literally was driving and just thinking of all the things that I've overcome to be this person I am right now. All the things I've sacrificed to mold myself. All the things I've endured to have this perspective that I have right now. Would I give that up? No. You know what I mean? Like, would I want to take a different road? No. I think that's what true clarity is. Being able to accept it and see with optimism. Being able to embrace the hurt and the pain and the things that stabbed you. But then, like, being able to be like, damn, I overcame that. I got through that. Me? No way. Because when you're in the mist, you don't think you can. when you're getting out the settlement, you're like, fuck. 5 stages of forgiveness. And being able to really come out and be like, damn. I can't just speak to people because I don't know. I can't give to people because I ain't never gave. You really come in the perspective of, I've been through shit. It might not be the same shit, but it may result in the same categories of emotions. It may result in the same perspective of how did I get through. This was my hardest challenge. All may be different, but you really like, damn, we overcame some shit. We done pushed through some shit. And you really see the ability to now see things with a clear lens. See things in your shoes and in other people's shoes. Because you've already forgiven yourself. You've already worked through the things. You've already put yourself the ability to converse about it. See, everybody's like, oh, you're too open. You're too vulnerable. My vulnerability is my gift. My ability to talk about shit for real, is my gift. And it may come out in a couple cuss words. It may have to, I put this adult advisory on YouTube. But it's like, if I do not release this, how do I know that this is not helping me? How do I know that this is not helping others? How do I know that this is not building a community? And naturally, we want the people within arm's reach in close proximity to understand the most. Guess what? They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it. And I'm like, the more I talk to myself, the more I keep it within, I look delusional and crazy instead of giving my gift and looking like I can help the masses. I'm learning every single day from every single perspective, and I'm in that cusp of a millennial where I understand education, but I also understand experience. There is nothing that I'm not willing to educate myself about, but also in the same token, I understand going through the process is an experience. Receiving other people's experience is an experience. And the more that I bottle up who I'm supposed to be and being who I'm pretending to be, it's gonna make you uneasy. There's no reason why my people pass at a higher rate. It's no reason why we die alone or not with the maximum love that we can receive afterwards. Because minimal things. I'm really understanding if tomorrow was tomorrow, and in your list of love, because this is the crazy part, we'll have a list of people that we love, but probably half of that list we don't talk to on a regular basis. You'll have people that you love right now that y'all done went through it, y'all don't have a relationship, y'all don't have a dynamic, and you don't feel like it's worth it. But if tomorrow was tomorrow, would the reason why you're not having the relationship be worth it? A new dynamic and perspective for me is loving people genuinely. I love genuinely. I give genuinely. And when I rock with you, Capricorn in nature, I rock with you. I'm not an in and out type of person. Now, the relationship dynamics may be inconsistent, but once I say we here, we're here. And I am learning that everybody ain't like that. And it can scar who you are, who you want to be. It can get you stuck in a season that overlaps seasons that you're really supposed to be in. And you give all this energy to bullshit dynamics, bullshit companies. And if you just took a leap of faith and ability to be the bigger person, would you rather pour that into people who really love you back? Would you rather start your own shit, be your own person, be your own company? And it ain't saying that you're like, it's not going to be hard and it's not going to create certain dynamics and it's not going to be hard to talk to a person you ain't talked to in 20 years or 30 years. It's not saying that. But it's like, again, if you assessed how much bullshit and conflict and negativity and fake friends, and if you really assessed how much you gave to that, and then brought back to the table how much energy you're really willing to give to people that support you, people that love you, people that are maybe just waiting for the communication. I know I stole this from my boy, but I think I reversed it, but communication is our friend. Clarity is our partner. And when we have the ability to do one, we get the other. When we are seeking clarity, we will create communication. When communication comes, clarity comes. When you give that, I'm also in a space of you as a person of choice and decision have the ability to decide if it's for you or if against you. But with clarity. We communicate so backhanded and so untrue and so haphazardly and so sideways and trying to be so mysterious and mythical about how we talk and trying to do so many metaphors, when if you just speak clear, if you really give a person a lane of communication to speak their truth clearly and your truth clearly, it gives us both the option to decide however we want to. If I think the relationship is valuable, I'm going to hear you out and make the adjustments. And I don't even feel like it's an adjustment because I love you. Purely. And I know a lot of people don't do that to protect all this emotion. But that's just the clarity of how real it is. How real I am. When you love genuinely, it's fucked up when you don't get it back. So I understand protecting it. I even understand it going dark. Every bad guy comes from their heart being broken to a certain degree to where they could not recover. Every good guy's heart has been able to override and give more love to whatever affliction affliction or trauma that they received, they decided to overcome it. So we all going through shit. We all going through ups and downs. It's, are you willing to fight for what you feel is valuable? The crazy part about it is, we'll fight for more bullshit than we'll fight for real shit. We are so easily deceived. We are so surface level that we don't get to the core. And at a point in my life, I remember when I was not to the core, when I kept it surface level for protection. But then in spaces, I learned my vulnerability is my gift. If I continue to act like I'm on this high horse and nothing is conflicting me, people will see it as such and treat you as such. In certain family dynamics, you are the strongest and should be treated as such. You are the next matriarch. In some trials and tribulations, I'm going to be able to walk you through, and some I'm not. But if we keep putting band-aids over severe situations, it will potentially bleed through. And it only will take one real person, one real conversation, one real dynamic. And it's like, why are you holding all of this gift in? Because that is my particular gift. Based off opinion, based off lack of viewership, based off controversy, build your shit up. Like, talking, manifesting is even pouring into myself at this current moment. That's why I know this shit is real. Like, some people give perspective from shit they've been through or situations they've overcome, and they get to have this conqueror mentality. Some people document every single moment of it. You see good, bad, ups, downs, whatever. And as a logistical Capricorn, to say the least, I want the best representation, best profit, best all of these things, and I want this to look a certain way, be visual. But again, that is only surface level. It will never allow you to grow. It will never allow you to be in the space that you're supposed to be in, because you're bullshitting. And it's like when I talk to my students, when I talk to my friends, I see it. But then when you create this sister circle, or you create that circle where they can give you the feedback raw and uncut, baby, baby, when you can create that raw and uncut circle, some shit may stink because you ain't ready to receive it. Some shit you may receive because you are ready to receive it. Some shit may go over your head because you ain't there. You ain't there. And they been telling you. But it's like, you will have a level of discernment. Hearing yourself, listening to your intuition, listening to your body, paying attention to the things around you, allows you to take control of your understanding. We want to be in so much control, but we don't understand ourselves. We don't understand our environment. We don't even understand as women our periods and our cycles and why certain things are going a certain way. It's just like, take that moment to have that deja vu moment. Like, this emotion associates with the same emotion that happened here. This emotion happened here. This emotion happened here. All situations and dynamics are different. But again, it's the same correlation of core tool that you need to get in your toolbox. I may be dealing with this in a relationship, this in a friendship, this at work, this with my family, right? And some of these things may have similar triggers, similar traumas that may rolled over from each other, similar things. If I have not dealt with, process, some things will even slap you in the positive of, you're the leader, this is who you are. Because shit will keep falling in your lap, shit will keep handling, and you're like, oh, some may be overtaking, but some may be that is confirmation of who you're supposed to be in this dynamic, so stop denying your role. We are not paying enough attention. We are not giving enough to the purpose of who we're supposed to be. And some of us are doing it and not being identified, not getting what we deserve, not getting our due just award. That is what this is for. See yourself and be like, pat yourself on the back. And if your sisters in your circle, if your bros in your circle, if your family or whatever dichotomy you have that is your support system, they should see how you're growing. They should see if you are putting the work in to grow. Now, if you're not, this video is not for you. Sorry that you watched this long. Not really sorry, because I hope I slap your ass across the head to also realize it's pouring into your passion. I've always been sitting in a room talking to myself, so why not record it? When I talk into the masses, some of my shit links, some of it don't. Some of it's over people saying, some of it don't. All of my approach, it is all certain things where this is a testament of trial and error. This is a testament of just being normal and trying to figure out self more than trying to appease the masses. I could easily sit here and it'll eventually come where I correlate certain topics and relationships and things that come in from hot topics. But this is about core development and pouring into who we can be. And so many motherfuckers doubt, but I'm testing it so much, improving myself so much that it's making me record. It's making me be the person I'm in. It's making me like, I need to get into my shit even more. I need to do this even more. I need to like, it can only be so much self-doubt. It can only be so much outside doubt that either you're going to conform. Stop making yourself go insane, because either you're going to conform or you're not. Either you're going to jump on that leap of faith or you're not. It ain't too much back and forth. Now, will you go back and forth on that jump, and as you're on there, will you have doubts and reservations? Absolutely. You're taking steps into faith. But if you're going to conform, don't even put yourself to the insanity. Just conform. If you're not, this is your wake-up call. This is the This is everything in completion of jumping ship. Because instead of constantly torturing yourself, instead of constantly putting yourself through the fire over and over again because you don't want to listen, do it. Do it. Do it. Because it ain't no promising tomorrow. It ain't no promising that you gonna get full support. It ain't no promising that your mama gonna believe, your daddy gonna believe. Nobody's gonna believe until you prove it. And if you don't want to prove it to none of them, prove it to yourself. Prove it to who you are in the core. Prove it to you and your inner you. Because who I dream to be, who I watched all up through the 90s, I watched every talk show host, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Maury's, I watched the command of audience. I got put in a blessing to be in this level of always being on the mic, always talking this, always. Why am I doubting what is already planted in me? That I feel, that I'm rooted to, that I'm naturally doing, that why would I ignore that? Why are you ignoring that? People knock you off your block every day. Sometimes people trying to knock you off your block, and sometimes you're being tested. And you just fall. You just concede. You just let go. But sometimes it's got to be in a point where I'm not willing to concede anymore. I'm not willing to give up who I am destined to be anymore. It has been knocking on my heart. It has been knocking on every part. I need to record. I need to document. I need to get this. I need to do this. I need to do this. This is bothering me. This is bothering me. It's like, okay, if I got the shit in the tank, what am I waiting for to shoot the gun? It's like people say you never are the same person when you kill somebody. You are never the same person once you start believing in yourself. You are never the same. When you test your powers every day, a movie shows a superhero testing their powers quick, maybe 10 to 15 minutes of scenes, they are testing their powers and they get them. You are constantly, every day, testing your powers, testing your gift, testing your ability, testing your confidence, testing your wherewithal, testing your mentality, testing your patience, testing your, you are grace, testing your mercy, you are constantly, every day testing. You're constantly, every day testing. And with that being said, what are you willing to show for yourself? What needs to happen for you to black out on you? Whether that's conquering in your position, whether that's conquering on the court, whether it's conquering in the classroom, whether that's conquering in your relationship. Why are you so fearful of just being you? And maybe you're fearful of the power you will have. Maybe you're fearful of you'll be 10 times more successful than you thought you could ever be. Who knows? But as we come into this episode, it's like, do the damn thing. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Whoever thought I wasn't gonna be the one? Whoever thought, and the more you don't do it, you agree with the naysayers. The more that you don't ride for your shit harder than anybody could ever, is when you don't stand on it. And you don't give it everything you got. It's easy for a motherfucker to say, nah, they couldn't do it. They wasn't gonna do it. I told y'all. Even with your little successes, I knew they couldn't reach to that level. Sometimes you're that naysayer. When you won't stop being your own naysayer and start being your own confirmer, your own manifester, your own ability to step out on faith is based off your own experience. If you believe, you believe. If you don't, then how the hell are you going to expect somebody else to? But see, that next level of stepping, that next level of faith, that next level of elevation is stepping when nobody else believes. Stepping when nobody else believes. And when you start seeing it in third person, when you start seeing it and breaking that fourth realm, and you're looking through shit in slow motion, it's even more confirmation. Lock in. Lock in and listen. Listen to yourself. Listen to your spiritual team. Listen to God. Because they talking to you. Your body is doing certain shit because you ain't responding. You getting signs in every single which way. Whether that's astrological, numerical, whether that's sickness within your body, whatever that is, you're getting headaches, you're getting certain bugs coming to you. There's all signs. They're trying to send you signs and your ass ain't aware of making it. If you're looking for life coaching or any spiritual advising, tap in with the kid. I will drop all information in this video. It's time to go. It's time to go. And whether that's slow progress, slow grind, instantaneous progress, medium progress, it's no more holding back, baby. It's no more holding back. You already know. I love y'all. I love my good people. Go out there and do good things. It's time to go execute. It's time to go execute. So let's get on. Peace.